word has it, we're the first bikes in here this year. Let's go check this place out. Alright, so this is Bucknuckles. Way cool place.
The bar, as you can see there, that's all made out of pennies.
Alright, heading out on that first ride of the year. Welcome back to Rolling Driftless. I actually get some ride content in here again. It is, what, about the 8th of March today? It was 42 degrees and a light rain when we left home. Not exactly brilliant, but nevertheless, we're getting out for that first ride. But it was forecast to dry up, and it seems to be doing so. So we're down in Mondovi, working our way down to Bucknuckles for a little lunch. Classic stop. We'll get some footage in there. I'm going to try and do a better job this year on the channel of sharing some of our stops and some of the cool places in the Driftless. I had some requests for that last year, and we'll try and accommodate that. Welcome back to the riding season on Rolling Driftless, and come on along for the ride. We're running County H south of Mondovi. I left today saying, hey, I'm going to kind of stick to the state roads. There'll be a lot of sand back in the hills, and I made it all the way to Mondovi on the state highway and had the urge to get out into the alphabet and see what it's like. Not too bad. There's definitely sand in the corners. We'll see when we get up in some of the curves going up over the hills. I'm sure we'll have more sand, but certainly rideable and always nice to get off those highways. It's a nice view off there. So riding 2-up today. Again, this is the real first ride. We did a shakedown ride, which if you watch the channel, you probably have seen by now, of the new bike. And still waiting for my wife's new bike to come in. Actually, it's in and getting some stuff installed on it, and we'll talk more about that when we get it and kind of introduce that bike. So you won't see the white Tri-Glide following me around this year, but you will see, never mind, can't tell you yet. But for today, we're 2-upping it, and I think it's been a long time since we've done this. I think she first got a bike in 2016, and other than maybe going out to dinner somewhere, you know, on a trip and just leaving one of the bikes at the motel, we haven't really done a 2-up ride in forever, so kind of fun though. Yeah, there she is, waving to the camera. Do that again. There you go. That's Vicky. She's going to be starring in much more of the films this year, much to her chagrin. Well, we're coming up on one of our favorite stretches of road. Gets featured more than once on the channel, but it wouldn't be an appropriate first ride unless we hit the curves up and over the hill on 88 here. And there's the farm that you see on the logo for Rolling Driftless. The Bauer family farm. Little snow in the ditches here yet. The north-facing slopes. Reminds us that we're out early this year. Into the town of Praag, unincorporated, and the home of Bucknuckles. Might be the only people here. We'll see if it's open. I don't know. First motorcycles, anyway. Word has it, we're the first bikes in here this year. Let's go check this place out. Alright, so this is Bucknuckles. Way cool place. There's more stuff on the walls in here than you can shake a stick at. We're going to see if the owner will come out and tell us a little bit about the history of the place here in a bit. Hey, here at Bucknuckles. The owner, Dennis, was courteous enough to grant us a little bit of an interview and show us some of the cool stuff around here. So let me turn you over to Dennis and maybe ask a few questions and get a couple stories about Bucknuckles. Well, hey, Dennis, thanks for agreeing to share a little bit with us. This is a super cool place. We've always enjoyed stopping here and just kind of like thought it'd be cool to hear a few stories or, you know, have you talk about some of the cool stuff instead of me walking around just pointing at things, right? So,
Well, appreciate you stopping by and taking a look at the place.
So how long have you owned this? What year was it here?
I bought it in 2000 and ran it for about a year and a half, closed it at the end of 2001. It was kind of a dead-end street.
Yeah.
And wasn't going to make a living here. And it was a whole lot different than what you're seeing right now. It was closed for 11 years, and in 2012, 2011, we decided to reinvest in the place and take antiques and stuff out of my garage and put them in the bar for people to be able to see it. And
yeah, you've got quite a collection of stuff, and pretty interesting how some of the things were put together. I know that saw top table is one that always caught my eye in here. And is that an old stove that it's on?
Yes.
Or what's
yes.
the story behind all that, or how did you get the idea to put a saw top on a stove?
Well, I guess my philosophy in life is, not necessarily in life, but in the bar business, is to have something functional but yet different, so it grabs your attention to look at it, and that's pretty much the theme of the whole place, is to entertain you by making something different, you know.
Yeah, even the ketchup containers that drop from the ceiling and all that, you know,
Yeah,
the weighted.
yeah.
It's kind of cool. Well, let's take a little quick walk around and point out a few things as we go, maybe.
Yeah. This is the old jukebox that we got down in from a fellow down by West Salem, Wisconsin. That's in the business of refurbishing and so on.
Still functional, obviously.
Yes, and I think it needed to be here because it goes well with the place. You know?
It really does.
Yeah.
It does.
The bar, as you can see there, that's all made out of pennies. I quit spending pennies, or I started saving pennies during the flood of 1965, about the same time that the flood run started. And
So I see you got a penny contest going for people trying to guess the amount of pennies in the bar.
yes, yeah, and nobody's nailed it yet. Somebody came within 5 cents of being right, but
Pretty cool.
see the theory behind that.
So you get to be a video star yet? She didn't want to be on there, so I can cut that part out if you want.
I'll survive.
So yeah, these are weighted. Somewhere on the other end of these, there's a weight on the end of each one, but the saddlebags have the ketchup, mustard, and napkins. And let's see, where is the weight for them?
I'll move inside this shell casing.
Oh yeah, so they come way over there. I guess the weights are in there. Yeah, you can see them dropping in and out of there. But pretty cool.
Pretty much everything in here is, I've been in the trucking business all my life, and collected stuff while I was on the road, and that's where everything came from.
What's the story behind the table with the money in it here?
Well, this is the table I made out of the wrenches and everything, and there's 2 boards on the top of this here where all the money's laying on there. I didn't plan on people putting money in here, but that's what ended up happening. There's 2 boards in there that come out of the first cotton mill in Texas, and they got porcelain buttons in it, and I made the top there to show that part off. But then somebody figured out a way to get a quarter in there and a couple of dollars, and now it's filled up with that, which is okay.
All right, well, hey, let's just keep this short today. It's kind of a part of a ride video and everything, but trying to feature some stops, so we'll consider coming back at some point and doing a little bit more of a deep dive. And when it's a little warmer out, doing a walk around outside and maybe checking out your fire truck cooker and a lot of other cool things going on here. So just trying to encourage some people to come check this place out if you've never been here. It's really one of the hidden gems back in the Driftless region.
Yeah, they lots of room to park for motorcycling, and we got our menu is pretty much wild game burgers and stuff. For burgers and steaks, and all homemade here and everything. So you can get something a little bit different besides just a regular burger here.
Yeah, cool. I know we come here in a weekend in the summertime, and it's full of bikes inside and out back and everything. So it's a very popular biker stop, and again, for a reason, well worthwhile. So food's great.
Yeah,
always a fun stop.
The motorcycling industry is what makes this place happen. If it wasn't out for the bikers, probably wouldn't be here,
Yeah, that says it all. So. All right, well, again, thanks for your time, Dennis. Really appreciate it, and wish you all the best, and we'll see you on and off throughout the summer as we make our stops here.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you. So we were the first people to stop at Bucknuckles on cycles this year, so pretty cool. We're going to continue working our way south on 88 here. Work our way, I think maybe over to the Lookout eventually here. Do a little looping down in Walmondie Valley, possibly. Just enjoy the day. Great to be back on the bikes again. Made our way out to the highway, Highway 35. North of Fountain City a little ways, running down the river road here. We'll go down to Fountain City, head up 95, maybe P over to Dodge. A little bit of J, and up a couple named roads up to the Lookout. Rolling into Fountain City. Still some ice on the backwaters, but the main channel's looking pretty open here. Imagine the barge traffic is getting going soon, if not started up already. It's a cool little town. There's a couple of stops here that we'll feature in future videos. The Golden Frog with the lily pad across the road, and then the historic, in fact, legendary Monarch Public House. So pretty cool stuff. There's an eagle too. Coming into the town of Dodge on P. Some great views off to the southwest off from Pretzel Pass. go up the alligator slide. I always wind up getting video going up the alligator slide when I think the better views are going down, but just the way it works out sometimes. Alright, let's make a stop at the lookout here. Because it's the first ride of the year and hitting the classic spots. Alright, so we're going to drop down 95 towards Arcadia, pick up C back to the north, do C, double C, Cook Valley Road, 121V, up towards Oliva. Just kind of wind our way back up through. It's always a fun little stretch of curves on 95. Some awesome views too, you just don't have time to check them out if you're paying attention to the road. Alright, up the hill on C we go. Winding our way up double C now. Eventually work our way back up out of the valley and up on top near Montana Ridge. And down to 121. Winding our way down Cook Valley Road. Up and to the right we have an eagle that was closer, but now he's fading away. Oh, my favorite section's 121, up over the hill. Little twisties up, little twisties down the other side. Going up V through the Borst Valley Wildlife Refuge. It's always a neat little stretch up here. Work our way up the hill. There's some great views coming the other way. Did I mention how great it feels to get back on the bike? Unfortunately, we're going to get out tomorrow. That's the fortunate part. The unfortunate part is it's going to be highs in the 30s and low 40s for another week or 10 days after that. Good thing we got that ride in last weekend. 14 inches and counting 1 week later. into Oliva here. I think we're going to do a little pit stop and call this a wrap for the day. Look forward to getting this video out in another week and a half or so. And go record another one tomorrow.